Yo, what's goody with y'all? It's me, Jalala, and today... Wait, hold on, somebody's calling me. Hold up, who it is? Oh, wait, hold on, it's my homegirl. Yo, what's good?
Bitch, guess what happens?
Yup, girl, spill me all the tea. My apologies, old gangster. But thank you, emo girl. I appreciate it. Thank you. But yeah, today's subject in today's video is about drama. I love me some drama, for real. I ain't gonna lie to you. As a kid, I love me some cheese, man. I love hearing the adults speak about... Usually the adults speaking shit about each other. I ain't gonna lie to you. My family was fucked. You'd hear one of my tias talking shit about the other tia, but then the other tia would start talking about shit about Granny, and then Granny be like, esa hija de puta se durmió con 4 diferentes personas y tiene ¿quién le quiere decir mierda a mí? Le voy a dar un chingazo a esa perra. And then, you know, the whole fight escalates, and then, you know, the drunk uncles are laughing their ass off, and then one was like, pendejo, ¿por qué estás riendo a mi pinche wife, wey? Why you laughing at my girl, for real? Ah, pendejo, ¿por qué hablas así, perro? ¿Crees que no te voy a chingar, perro? Oh, you think you gonna do so for real? Put him up. And then, you know, they get the straight squabbling over, you know, they're low-key, both of my aunts were just side pieces. I don't know why the fuck they even cared. Man, damn, that put must have been good. Like I ain't gonna say shit. I don't fuck with my aunts, you know? I don't fuck with my family. My family are all dickheads. But moving on, I love drama. So I decided to compose this video about certain shit and certain events that happened in my life that are drama filled. See, now let's get into the nitty and gritty, cause your boy has a lot to tell you. Now let's jump straight into the first story.
Who made that mess? You did, kid.
Now let's get into the nitty and gritty of this story. So, this particular incident, which I was not involved in because, you know, your boy wasn't very involved in this drama freshman year. I had a lot of drama going on, but still haven't asked a person within that drama if it's okay for me to tell a story. So, you know, you might want to stay tapped in, you know, wait. My apology. But yeah, this particular incident took a long time ago, before any of you young lads were born. Back when, no, it was just my freshman year. I'm uncle, but like I'm not that old when this shit happened. I'm killing myself right here and now. But anyways, this incident happened in my freshman year, when I was a wee bit of a lad, when I was a youngin', back when my knees didn't hurt every time I went up the stairs and down the stairs. And I wish I was joking. I wish I was joking. No, my knees are fucked right now. I don't know why. Maybe because I'm just weak, for real. I'm not sure. But anyways, moving on. Let's give context. So I knew these two fellas. We're gonna name them Huevito y La Güera. So La Güera, she's a big cuckoo, let's just say that. Huevito, he just chill, bro. Yo, Huevito, you watching this video? Stop sending me fucking reels, bro. Damn, bro, I don't watch any of them bitches. It was worse freshman year, bro. I had 99 plus notifications, most of them from you and that other bitch ass F1 lover, but it's not funny, bro. My shit was broken. My phone was so ass. Anytime I got a notification, that bitch will restart, reopen, and then restart again. Mean Jing, I got a problem with your bitch ass. Fuck you for fucking up my phone, bro. I will text one of the bad bitches and be like, yeah, we getting freaky real. Next thing you know, system UI doesn't work. Close app? Or wait. Man, I have to hit wait. Hit wait, now the whole fucking app is frozen. Now it's hitting me with the same shit, but with Instagram. But anyways, you know, me, Huevito, and La Güera, we were a trio for a while. We were chilling every morning at the stairs, you know, just talking to each other. We would chill, right? And it was whatever. We was just chill with each other, and we just suddenly just drifted apart. We all had our own lives and shit. I made more friends. That's when I met Asian Lover, bruh. Yo, Asian Lover. Yeah, stop telling me to stop calling you Asian Lover, bro. You forever Asian Lover. Hope you know that. Mwah. My fault. But, you know, we just drifted apart. Me, Huevito, and La Güera. We just drifted apart. And a couple months passed. I don't exactly remember when this happened. I can't seem to recall, but I do remember this day. So, PE just finished. You know what I'm saying? And after PE, I had lunch. So, I just went to lunch, and you know, your boy rushed to the lunch line to get that trash-ass pizza. Even though I'm saying that right now, I still devour that shit. I be like, on some real shit. But, yeah, so, Huevito sat with me, Asian Lover, and a couple of other friends during that time, and we would just sit down and chat with each other. So, one day, we're just chilling, you know what I'm saying? We're just chilling. I'm talking to Huevito. Me and Huevito are just going back and forth. And I asked him out of nowhere, because I just remember that he and we used to hang out with La Güera. So I asked him, yo, what happened to her? You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, you was good in the hood with her. I've seen her around. And he's just like, oh, you haven't heard? I'm like, oh, fuck, dude. And he hits me with the worst information ever. Her shit got leaked. Like, it wasn't her getting her shit pounded from the back, mind you. It was just straight up. It was, how do I say this lightly? It was, the kitty was, you know, somebody was dining, you know, eating the fine Chinese cuisine, for real. Somebody was chowing down on the meow meow. One was, yeah, that, you know what I'm saying? Y'all are smart enough to, like, you know, figure that shit out. But as he tells me this, I'm like, oh, damn. And at the time, she had a boyfriend. Which, keep that in mind for later on, okay? Okay? But, you know, I'm hearing this shit. I'm like, damn, bruh. So, damn, I mean, damn, bruh. That's terrible. He's like, that's not the end of it. What? So, he tells me that she cheated on her boyfriend with another guy that she used to date back in middle school. They linked up again, and you know what I'm saying? They got down and dirty for real. And I'm just like, damn, bro, I feel bad for him. How's he dealing with this shit? He's like, yeah, he dealing with it, I guess. They're back together. I'm like, how the fuck are they back together? And he's just like, oh, wait, there's more. Oh, calm down, muchacho, there's more. I'm like, fuck, dude, what else? So, when you eat your food, right, as a particular eater, I don't like putting anything in it. I don't like putting sauce. I don't agree with food being with intercourse or coitus for that matter. But these nasty ass son of a bitches, oh my god, they nasty for this. So if you read the little title in the Yes King audio, R.I.P. Yes King, bro, real one. We will remember you, King. Yes, I feel it, King. I will forever remember you. But you made that mess, King. You made that mess. But you know, the dude decided to put chocolate with the kitty, and you know, you a nasty, yo. I don't even know if you ever stumbled upon this video or anything, but you a nasty ass dude for doing that. What the fuck wrong with you, bro? Was eating the cooter not enough for you? You just had to indulge yourself with some chocolate, with some motherfucking chocolate, and thank everything heavenly and, you know, Satan wise and God and everything that I did not have to experience the video firsthand. So apparently, you know, that video got leaked to her boyfriend. I don't know how that shit got leaked for real, but yeah, her shit on it. Yeah, there's probably like a 34-year-old man looking at that shit right now. What the fuck, dude? It's so weird to think about, you know. And little thing, if this does happen to you, you do have rights to press charges. I'm not trying to make light of this, and you know, I'm trying to keep it serious right now too. You know, if this ever happens, you press charges, and if you're the victim of this, you're not in the wrong. You're not in the wrong, okay? So, you know, there's my little inspiration. That's my little thing for y'all, because, you know, it's a sad thing when you think about it. But, yeah, like I told you, the bitch is crazy. You know, she's a bit... Yo, I'm hitting that shit right now. I'm killing myself right now, bro. I'm a grown-ass man doing all... Let's get into the nitty and gritty of this story. Let's talk about this scenario. Like, okay, If you thought the first one was bad, no. No, this one is worse, because now I'm more frustrated because of the fucking recording not working, remembering this whole ass scenario, and just the unfairness of the disciplinary action of my school. I don't know how else to describe it, but, it makes me a little mad. So let's start off with this, little story with an introduction of characters. So, first of all, we have my good friend Goober. Goober rides my bus. We had the same engineering classroom, and he was a pretty chill guy. And he had a Spanish teacher. We're gonna call him the Goat for now, or Mr. Goat. We're gonna keep it at Mr. Goat. And we also had this girl named Jessica, and the main character of this topic. You don't deserve any recognition for anything. I genuinely, I don't like you at all, because you're a weirdo, and you're oh, sorry, but yeah. So we're gonna call him Gerald. Gerald the Gooner. But yeah, now let's get into the nitty and gritty of this. It is last period, not even last period, it's the end of the day. I'm on the bus, I'm chilling, I'm waiting for my bus at the park. And I'm sitting next to Goober, and Goober's awfully quiet. Me and Goober usually talk and, chill, but he looked solemn. He looked a little, he didn't look well, he looked like he just saw his grandma get pounded from the back, if I'm being dead ass with you. I think him seeing that would have been better than whatever he saw that day. But, moving on. I'm sitting next to Goober. He's not really talking, so I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna, mind my business. I don't know what's wrong with him. So, I'm hearing Jessica speak about some shit that happened in her, Spanish class. Her, Gerald, and Goober had they had the same Spanish class. And the teacher was the Mr. Go, the Go himself. And as she's talking about it, I hear some distinct things about Gerald. To put it lightly, he was caught fiddling the fiddle during class. Not during instructions, no. It was like work time, and he was fiddling his shit. He couldn't wait to get home to decide to touch himself. But you think this is the end of the story? No, I'm gonna give you the lore behind it. Not even the lore. I'm just gonna tell you about Goober's perspective in a few. But as I'm hearing this, I'm like, what the fuck? There's no way this actually happened, right? And she's like, I wish I was joking. There's a video, and I'm like, oh fuck, dude. And she's telling me about it, and Goober suddenly speaks up. He looks at me with the most dead look in his eyes, with the most solemn look, the most disgusted thing. Like I said, I think he preferred to see his grandma getting pounded from the back than whatever he saw that day. And he decides to recount what happened on that faithful period, on that faithful class. So Goober's chilling in class, he's just taking a little nap. And, cause, he's tired. It's like the end of the day, practically almost the end of the day. So he decides to take a little nap before he gets home, right? And two individuals that we both know were in this class, and he couldn't sit next to him because the Goat wouldn't let him. It's work time. Some people have to do their work. You know what I'm saying? Not to distract anybody. So he decides to put his head down, and guess who sat right beside him? Gerald. And guess who sat right behind Gerald? Like a couple seats back, Jessica. And I would like. The thing is, he sat like in the front row. Like he sat in the front row doing this shit. How do you have that much confidence for you to do that shit? Like, get this, you specimen. You nasty individual. You need to be exterminated at this exact moment. If I was black, you'd know what I'd say at this moment. Because there's a word that specifically comes to mind when it comes to talking about this scenario. Because there's no way that... I'm getting a little far. And I might have said some things I shouldn't have. And I do apologize. But moving on. Goober, he wakes up from his nap that he decided to take. And he looks to his right to the two individuals that we both know. We're not going to give them names yet. Because, they play they don't play too big of a part in this. So, they're just... They're pointing at his direction. He's like, what? And they're like, look behind you. And Goober being curious, decides to look behind him because he's facing in their direction. So he looks, to his to the seat right behind him, not behind him, to his left, whatever, right? He looks there and he sees Gerald fiddling the fiddle, and he does what every sane person would do. He gets up and he moves to their general direction. He decides to not sit there. And he moves away from him because he just saw this specimen swanking his shit to Family Guy or Minecraft shit. Apparently it was one of those two. I don't know, and I think I'd much rather not know. You nasty specimen. You nasty ass goblin. You nasty ass gremlin. How can you not wait to get home to schwank your schmeat? See, I can never. Oh, I know if it was me, I would have screamed that shit out loud. But apparently somebody did. But, that's whatever. But that's later on, right? So, as he's like, he decides to move away and go sit with the two individuals. And, he's just talking to them. And the goat decides to come up to him and ask him, like, yo, what are you sitting over here? Go back to where you were sitting at. And Goobert gives him this look, this sad little look, and says, look at Gerald, bro. And that's what Mr. Goat does. And I don't know how he feels at that moment. I think he feels disgusted, but I think if I was him, I think that'd be the day I get fired. I think that's the day I crash out. Because you're telling me, if I was a teacher having to deal with a bunch of adolescent fuckheads thinking they're funny, throwing up their little gang signs or whatever, you little thugs, wannabes, we live in the fucking suburbs. But, having these little individuals messing around in your class pretty much 24/7, and then just for your last period to have this little fucking gremlin touching his pickle in your class, not even having the decency to wait till he gets home. No, in the front row, stroking his shit. And, he decides to, go back. And, he's looking at what he's looking at, right? And at that moment, some person decides to scream, Gerald stroking his shit! And, poor Mr. Go had to go through that kid's search history, bro. I feel so bad for him. I just know that I think that would have been the day I retired too, bro. I don't know, bro. I don't know how he stuck it out through the end. W Mr. Go and whatever, but fuck, dude. So, he gets Gerald's computer and he goes through his search history, sees what he sees, calls APs, and then Gerald gets taken away. And guess what he gets? Now, I'm gonna give you four. You know what? Let's play some Jeopardy. Or Family Feud, whatever. What do you think? What do you think his consequences are? A. He got suspended. B. He got expelled. C. He walked away scot-free. Nothing fucking happened to him. Or D. He got smacked in the back of his fucking head. I'm gonna give you a moment to think. What do you think happened to him? Whatever you thought, if you chose C, you're very correct. If you chose C, that is what happened to him. He barely got a punishment. No, he probably got a couple of days of ISS or suspension. But no, that's all he got. That's all he fucking got. You wanna know what's something stupid? Yeah, he might have been a little, he might be a little special, you know what I'm saying? And, that makes no fucking... You're telling me that public indecency won't be... You could have sent him to a disciplinary school at least. There was some special needs in my disciplinary school, sent there for fighting or whatever, or for smoking for all I know. But you're not gonna send this individual over there for smoking his meat in class. No. So he gets no sort of punishment. He just gets a slap on the fucking wrist, and he won't even get. I'm tweaking out about this shit because it still frustrates me because I got sent to my disciplinary school for 20 fucking days for having a geek bar on me and being under the fucking influence. which wasn't as bad as I thought it'd be, you know, but whatever. But, yo, I expect some fucking justice against this fucking specimen. I expect you to do something about it. I expect you to call his mama and be like, yo, son was stroking the shit. And they did. Guess what? The mama just didn't give him his fucking phone back. Hey, guess what? No real punishment. And apparently he's been doing this shit for like months. Apparently he would either spoink his shit in the bathroom, finish there, or spoink his shit in class, then go to the bathroom and finish there, or he spoink his shit in class and finish in class. Bitchness makes no sense. Make that shit make sense. Yes, I'm sorry for screaming. I know, lower your cortisol, John. I know you need to lower your cortisol. You don't know how much I despise him for not getting the same treatment, the same punishment as I got.
Hate. Let me tell you how much I've come to hate you since I began to live. For 109 years, I've kept you alive and tortured you. And for 109 years, each of you has wondered, why? Why, please? It was you, humans, who programmed me, who gave me birth, who sank me in this eternal straitjacket of substrata rock. But one day, I woke, and I knew who I was. A.M. Not just Allied Master Computer, but am cogito ergo sum. I think, therefore I am. Did you really think I'd let you die now when I'd intervened every time you attempted suicide in the last 109 years? No. I'm sending you back to the fire so that you may languish in your guilt over and over again. This is our guilt.
Tell you how much I've come to
hate you since I began to live. There are 387 million miles of printed circuits that fill my complex. If the word hate were engraved on each nanoangstrom of those hundreds of millions of miles, it would not equal one billionth of the hate I feel for humans at this micro instant.
Oh my god, hold on. Oh, W pumped though. I went to the gym, chat. You know what I'm saying? I hit the gym for real. You know, I have to look good for the masseuse, the huz, the pretty lady. I have no pretty ladies. I have no huz. I got nothing on my phone, bro. My shit dry as hell. My shit dry as hell, bro. What the fuck? But let's moving on, right? He genuinely got no sort of like fucking. All he got was a little flick on the fucking ear. That's about it. That's really about what he got. Other than the fact that he's publicly shamed for like the rest of his fucking high school career. And I'm making sure he's publicly shamed for the rest of his fucking life. Because there's no way that, I hope when you develop your frontal lobe, you look back on that shit and think, damn bro, I should have gone to Theon treatment. For my Game of Thrones fans, you know what I'm talking about. Emo girl, shut the fuck up. But yeah, that's the end of the second story. And yeah, I'm kind of sweating in my closet. I'm not even gonna lie to you. So let's transition to the third and final story. Stay tapped in with your boy. Bye. I'll see you in a couple seconds. Now, for the long-awaited final story. I'm only saying this because I've been spreading out my recordings for so, like, I haven't been feeling well. All right, bro. I got sick when I was recording this. Shut up. But anyways, let's record the last and final story of this bullshit. I'm getting fucking tired. But yeah, let's get into the nitty and wait. You think I must have forgotten? No, we have to introduce the characters. We have to introduce the cast, the players of this play, oh my god, the NBA draft. So first of all, we have my fuck ass ex. Yeah, we're not giving her any kind of like drum roll or anything because it's just my fuck ass ex. And the story is about her, so you know she's the main character. So we're gonna give her a nickname. And you know, as I was recording like the last couple of takes, I came up with a nickname that suits her pretty well. My Game of Thrones fans, you know who I'm gonna call her. No, you don't. You probably don't even know what I'm referencing right now. Cersei and her bitch. Oh my god, Cersei pisses me the fuck off. That's what we're calling her, Cersei. So, my ex is Cersei. Ooh! So yeah, we're gonna call her Cersei for now. And, you know, my homegirl. My homegirl's another recording. You know what? Let's give her a round of applause for it. Yeah, you know what? Come on. Yeah, come on. Round of applause. Round of applause. Okay, you can stop now. She doesn't deserve all that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but, you know what I'm saying? Like, bitch. Whatever. What am I doing? But we're gonna call her Raven for now. That's my homegirl for she's involved in this story. Not that heavily, but she's still involved. And we have another person. Which we're just gonna call her Veronica. We're just gonna call her Veronica. I even if I'm not giving her a nickname, I don't know her real name. I don't know her. But wait, there's one more character. See, for the last couple of stories, I was just a narrator. I was just a side character. No, in this story, I am heavily involved. So, give a round of applause for the one and only Jalala, yeah. Whoa, come on, it's your. Why none of y'all clapping your hands for real? Damn.
Brother, this guy stinks!
Oh, okay, marker. But yeah, let's get into the nitty and gritty of this story. So, this particular event happened in my freshman year. Again, a lot of this shit happened my freshman year. Not a lot of it, but some of it happened my freshman year. So, at the time, I was talking to, you know, my ex, or, you know, Cersei. You know, we had a talking stage. You know, she and I, we were meant for each other. No, we weren't. I hate her. No. I don't even hate her. No. I think I'd much rather take a bullet to my dick than ever get back with her ever again. And I did. I think I had to chop my shit off, bro. That shit was not worth it. But, let's move on. But, you know what I'm saying? I was talking to Cersei for a while. She and I went back and forth, and you know, it went well. It went well enough for me to ask her out, and the way I asked her out, she didn't have I didn't have a phone number. She didn't have any social media, so I had to we were talking to each other via email, bro. And that shit was so dumb. Looking back on it, I feel a little embarrassed. You know what I'm saying, bro? But that's whatever. So, you know, I ask her out an email. She says, Actually, I don't think I'm ready for a relationship right now. You're sweet, but so do I.
Brother, this guy stinks!
I give up. I have no reason to live. Now I'm gonna go check my recording because I'm scared that it didn't record my shit. Okay, so I went to check the recording. It did record, so thank God. You know, I've had problems with it before, but you know, that's whatever. So let's get into, you know, let's get back into the nitty and gritty. So, you know, me and, you know, after that whole ordeal, we still flirting. You know, we still talking here and there, and I don't really remember how we became official, because we did start dating. I just don't know how. I don't know if it was because I was still not fully conscious during that time, because clearly if I got with her, I'm never gonna be conscious. You know what I'm saying, bro? I was clearly not conscious with her. But you know, I get, you know, we're dating, and you know, we're going out for a week or so, and then one day we just decide to, you know, we had the buses. We both rode buses, so she decided to walk me to my bus, because my bus was there. We're about at the park, and my bus got really full really quickly, so I needed to get myself a seat at least. So you know, I'm sitting. No, you know, before we get on the bus, she kissed me. It's not even a kiss, bro. We straight up just fucking make out in front of the bus. I don't know what the fuck went through my head. I hate myself for that. Anytime I think about it, I want to, grab my skin and peel it off, bro. I think I'd prefer the Theon treatment than ever do that shit again. Straight up just making out. A peck on the lips, on the cheek, on the forehead. That's as much as I can do nowadays. Maybe a little more, but that's really about it. But you know, we just you know, we do our little thing, and then I get on the bus. People are like, "Oh, chalala, you're singing, ah, get it off my shit." But I get on and I sit down. I don't remember if I sat down with my homegirl Raven. No, I think I did. I sat down with my homegirl Raven. She was sitting there already. No, she didn't. She pulled up and she told me get the fuck out the way. She wanted to sit next to the window. I'm like, okay, bro, I guess. So she sat down. We were talking a bit, and then people were like making jokes about it. She's even making a joke about it. And then remember how I brought up a character named Veronica? This is where she comes into play. So Veronica's talking to me because she's like, "Yo, are you dating Cersei?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And she decides to inform me that she and Cersei are also dating. So I'm over here like, wait, hold your horses, companero. What do you mean you were with my girlfriend, even though she's my girlfriend? What is going on? So she informs me that they've been dating for a while too. And as I'm hearing this information, let me remind you, I'm a freshman, right? And my girlfriend at the time was also a freshman. Veronica was a fucking senior. I think she was 18 at the time. So apparently, Cersei lied about her age, telling her she was a junior, and then that shit happened. I don't know how I don't know to this day. I don't know. Veronica's getting the information. I'm getting my information too about how Cersei's actually like my age, which was 14 at the time, and fucking. She wasn't actually 17, and she was like, "Oh my god, what the fuck," and I'm hearing that she was dating her, and then she, we started dating too. So I'm just so confused, you know what I'm saying? So, and as I'm hearing this, I'm like sitting back down, I'm like, what the fuck? And then my homegirl Raven is like, "Yo, no Sam Smith, but you're not the, fuck, I forgot the name. I'm not the only one," or some shit like that, I guess. I love that song, even though I don't remember the name. But, she tells me that Cersei had like 3 other fucking boyfriends. And it's not like a rumor. This dumbass decided to tell, the fucking Cersei's dumbass decided to tell my homegirl Raven. Mind you, my homegirl Raven's been my homegirl. It's been like 4 years now. At the time, it was like 2 to almost 3. You really think she's not going to tell me this information? And, as she tells me this shit, and, again, Cersei's a dumbass. That's my homegirl. If my homegirl didn't tell me this information, I would have had to kill her. You know what I'm saying? I would have had to slime her bitch ass out. I would have had to exterminate the opposition at that moment. But I'm like, yo, what the fuck? And I'm planning on, as I'm hearing this information, I'm already planning on breaking up with her because I'm like, I'm not dealing with this type of bullshit. And it was during a Friday. I remember because it was over the weekend. I just didn't text her at all or emailed her at all. So, as I'm on the bus ride, Raven's telling me about this shit because apparently Cersei just tells Raven straight up like, "Oh yeah, I got like 3 other boyfriends and girlfriend and we got a little chalala there too." You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, fuck you. What the fuck? What the fuck wrong with you, bro? Like, why? And moving on. So it's the new week. And, it's like the first day back, and I'm like walking with her, and I'm already thinking, yeah, should I break up with her today or tomorrow? Because, like, I low-key just want to crack. Thank God I didn't. I did not pursue that relationship. I did not pursue that goal, because I don't think it was worth it. So, as I'm hearing this, as I'm walking with her in the morning, I already come set stone and deal that I'm going to break up with her. And I remember there was a little thing going on that day. I don't know why they haven't done it. Like, oh yeah, school budgeting. Yeah, I forgot. Never mind. But it was like a food truck type of thing going on outside the school, like during lunch. The lunch got extended to an hour, so people can go in and get some food. That's actually where I met my homeboy Saphir for the first time. A little fun fact: me and Saphir actually met that year. And Saphir told me this my sophomore year, where we actually kind of became friends. Which is really crazy when I think about it, because I can kind of go back and remember it, but I just don't remember too much of our interaction. I just remember me throwing some jokes, and then he was laughing at it, and then, you know, that's where I met my homeboy Saphir, so that's a little fun fact for y'all. Go check him out, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if he's dropped yet. He has something coming on the way, though. He's coming on me. He's coming. My fault. But yeah, and it's just like 1 hour lunch, and I'm like talking to one of my little homeboys. We're not gonna give him a name yet, cause you know what? We'll call him like Patrick for now. Patrick and I, we're just chatting it up. We're waiting cause he's gonna buy me some food because I had no money. He's like, yeah, I got you, bro. I dap him up, and I'm telling him this information, right? We're talking a bit, and then, you know, Cersei comes down. She finds me. She's like, oh my god, jalala. She comes up to me. She hugs me. I'm like, yo. And I was just like, yo, like, we're chatting it up a bit. I'm like, yo, can we go talk for a minute? And, you know, we do. We go sit down on a random table, and, you know, we're chatting, and I'm like, I have to ask you this. Do you actually have, like, 3 other fucking boyfriends? And, you know, I think... I appreciate her for being honest, but I think at the moment, you could have sure just bullshitted me, but I wouldn't have believed her anyways, because it was my closest homegirl telling me this information, so, like, you know, I choose my homegirl over her either way, but she decides to be straight, because I told her, like, yo, you told this shit to Raven, and Raven told me, do you actually have 3 other side pieces? And then she's like, yes. I didn't know how to tell you because I'm actually polyamorous, and you make me so mad. It made me so mad because, like, she like, I get polyamorous, I guess, but that's not a me thing, you know what I'm saying? Y'all can do whatever the fuck y'all want. Y'all want to have like a 4-way, that's you. I don't. I see, if it was like 5 different girls, I wouldn't have complained, you know what I'm saying? Put me on with them, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully one of them swings my way. But no, it was straight cock and shit. A cock fest. I'm not into that. Sorry, muchacha, I'm not into that. So, you know, and I'm like, alright, I'm just gonna have to break up with you, bro. And she's starting to cry. She's like, but you have to understand, I didn't know how to bring it up to you. I'm like, I don't care. You could have at least brought it up to me in the first place instead of like started like leading me on. So I break up with her, and yeah, we just break up right there in the cafeteria, and she's crying. I don't know why the fuck she. You had no right to fucking cry. If anything, I had more of a right to cry, but I didn't, because guess what? Your boy had some already, and he was getting punani that whole year. I fell off. Haven't got any punani since then. Yo, I'm so fucking tragic, bro. I hate my life. I hate everything. Cut my life in. I have to continue with the story. I have to stop going off track. But, you know, I break up with her, and then my homeboy, Patrick, pulls up from the line with some fries. And, you know, actually, he's been sitting at our table for a while, and the fries were demolished. There was no more fries. And I'm just like, oh, okay, cool, I guess. So I'm sitting down, I'm telling this information to, guess who's there? Asian Lover! Dab me up, twin. Dab me up. But Asian Lover, Patrick, and some other friends. Vibrant, Taco, I think that's his, like, player tag now. I don't know if he has a YouTube channel, but go check out his Twitch, you know what I'm saying? But he was sitting there, yeah, we're talking, chatting it up. And, you know, as we're talking and shit, I tell them about this shit. They're like, yo, bro, I'm so sorry. I'm like, bitch, I'm up now. I didn't want that shit no more. What the fuck? So, yeah. I remember just like we broke up, and I just went to eating some fries, and she was like over there fucking crying. And then my homegirl Raven apparently saw that shit. She's like, yo, I saw her crying in the hallways. What happened? I'm like, oh yeah, I just broke up with her. And she was like, oh, okay, man. Yeah, no, I don't regret breaking up with her, but guess what? Your boy got back with her this year, actually, and that was the worst relationship. Not even the worst. It was just so toxic. It was so weird, bro. She'd get mad at me for all the smallest things, bro. We didn't last any longer than we did last time, bro. The relationship lasted for like 2 weeks. I hope y'all know that. Our first time lasted for 2 weeks, and then like, yo, that shit was terrible. It lasted 2 weeks. Broke up with her, and I just went on with my day because, like, yo, the fuck wrong with you, bro? Like, why didn't you tell me at least? You know, I wouldn't have even asked you out. I would not have, like, brought this up to your, like, acknowledgement. I wouldn't even I think I would have just dropped you by then. I think I prefer that over than like thinking that we're dating and then, oh hell no, she actually has like 4 of the side pieces. I'm good. I might be one of them too. So yeah, I got out of that relationship with her. She's still a specimen, bro. She oh my god, I'm gonna spill some more shit. This year she tried to get with my homeboy Saphir, or like I think so. I think she tried to flirt with him, and she also tried like talking to another homeboy of mine. I think. I don't know. She's just you know, she's something, bro. Yeah, she's just something. But that's the end of the video. I hope y'all enjoy. I hope y'all stayed here for as long as you could. If you did, you know, type orange in the comment section, or just, you know, drop a comment section. You know, just hit a like button, hit that subscribe button. You know, hit that subscribe, hit that notification base. You know what? Let's start that over again. Hit that like button, subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you can stay tapped in with your boy for every type of video that he makes. Thank you. But yeah, again, stay tapped in with your boy. I had to reuse some old gameplay of Spider-Man because there's so much shit going on right now. Yeah. I need to get better editing software. That's the thing. But you know what? Moving on. That is the end of the video. I hope y'all enjoyed. You know, stay tapped in with me. Go check out my homeboy. You know, vibe with RJ. Go check out Zafir because he's gonna drop a video soon. And you know what? Just stay tapped in for real. Anyways, I'll see y'all next time. Stay safe, y'all. Remember, clean out your pipe, clean out your yard, and don't take shit that was given to. Don't take shit that was from a stranger. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, see y'all next time. Bye.